AGZA capture.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm Dan Mabe. I'm the founder and president of the American Green Zone Alliance, otherwise known as AGZA, and I would like to thank everyone for your attendance here today. Today we are gathered to acknowledge Prologis as the first of its kind to become AGZA Green Zone Certified Level 1. I would like to thank the Prologis Chicago market team, all of the U.S. state and local representatives joining us here today, the Prologis vendors, and then also Scott with Landscape Illinois, who I've known, I think, the longest, going back maybe 8 or 9 years. And then the AGZA AFTC manufacturers who have developed this sophisticated, gas-free, battery-powered equipment to help us meet our end. I really want to touch on the importance of relationships. AGZA is so fortunate to work with the people of the great state of Illinois, the Great Lakes region, and greater Chicago area. That's 3 greats in one sentence. People are genuine, sincere, have unparalleled work ethic, and they expect the same from their partners. I feel at home when I come here. And not to mention the food, the architecture, and of course the pizza. We have to keep that a secret because my New York cousins would really not appreciate hearing that I love Chicago pizza, maybe just as much, if not maybe a tad more. Okay, a quick history on the American Green Zone Alliance. We were founded by people from the landscape maintenance industry for the benefit of our industry and their clients. Our team consists of mechanical and electrical engineers, environmental scientists. AGZA developed several industry certifications and a structured system to assist our industry in implementing low-impact technologies, measuring, verifying, and substantiating those results through the certification. I want to thank my colleague, Dr. Jamie Banks, AGZA's lead environmental science advisor. Thank you for helping us substantiate this data so we can make sure that we could publish something that is not greenwashing. It's tangible, it's real, and again, it leads to these positive outcomes. And with that, I would like to introduce Vince Zuppa. I'm pleased to have this relationship. Vince, the AGZA team and I deeply appreciate your trust, your confidence, and guidance within the Prologis structure, and it has been a true pleasure to work and continually work with you and your team. Vince, can you please come up?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. That was way too kind. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Vince Zuppa, Prologis, Vice President of Property Operations and Director of CTIC, which is our Innovation and Technology Council. I want to start by saying, Prologis is the biggest company nobody knows about. I got a feeling you all probably know about it, but we're the world's largest industrial landlord. We're in 23 countries. We're 1.3 billion square feet. 7,000 customers, which our tenants we call customers, and 6,000 buildings. 4% of all American consumer goods go through one of our warehouses in North America. Almost 3% of the world's GDP globally is in a Prologis warehouse. So the reason we're doing this is Prologis has a commitment to carbon neutrality. We have a 2030 date and a 2040. 2030 is carbon neutrality in our operations. So what we're seeing here today, how we're basically maintaining and operating our properties. By example, in Chicago, and I'll say Chicagoland area because We have 18 buildings in Chicago. The rest are in every suburb you can imagine. But we have 380 buildings in that portfolio, and we're using this program that was dreamt up by Catherine and Claudia. These two are the star of the show, by the way. So, and why is this important? It's important for a lot of reasons, but just to kind of give you guys scale, we spend, and I'm looking at Anna, who runs our group here in Chicago, we spend about $7 million annually on landscaping. And how efficient are we? And that was the problem you all were trying to dream up, and this goes back 4 years, is how do we bring science and technology to benefit how we run our operating pool? So with that, I don't want to, not my role to steal all your thunder, but we're really appreciative you all are here, and we are continuing to expand this program. Dan, back to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Vince.
Yep.
Okay, at this time, yes, I am going to introduce Claudia Deidre and Catherine Eischen, who are both real estate and customer experience senior managers. Catherine and Claudia, you oversee the vision, manage the process, and ensure project milestones are met within the Prologis organization. The AGZA team and I work collaboratively with you to achieve impactful results for the Prologis U.S. markets, which are likely to have global influence. And with that, I would really like to bring up these two who deserve a lot of credit for the success of this project. Please.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate our AGZA Green Zone Level 1 certification. With this achievement, we have transitioned to electric handheld equipment at nearly 380 properties in the Chicagoland area, with several of these municipalities having representatives here today.
Thank you. Yeah, we would like to give a special thank you to Dan and Jamie from AGZA and their entire team, and as well as our landscape partners, Four Seasons, Ground Pros, Allen Horticulture, and Yellowstone for being here today. Without the partnership of our landscape vendors and AGZA, this accomplishment would not be possible today. So thank you very much, and we're really proud of this achievement, and thank you all for being here and celebrating with us. Thank you.
Catherine, Claudia, having you in charge at this juncture of your careers, it's just going to help me sleep a lot better at night knowing that we have a generation like yourself that is going to help us. Okay. All right, at this point, I would really like to, introduce all of our representatives. We know that you face significant pressures to address the need for our industry to reduce its impacts and footprint and enhance the quality of life in the communities where we operate. Prologis, AGZA, and the industry appreciate your time today to acknowledge this team-driven milestone. I'm going to go down a list here, and then I'm going to introduce one of our speakers. But please, Hillary Denk, of District Director for Congressman Bill Foster, thank you for being here. Emma Arneson, Director of Operations for Congressman Sean Casten. And then we have Patrick Whalen, District Community Outreach and Constituent Services for State Senator Laura Fine, 9th District. Wow, what a tongue twister. I got through that. Lucas Rickelman, Village Administrator, Village of Bolingbrook. Matt Eastman, Director of Community Development, Village of Bolingbrook. And Stephen, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Street.
You're an East Coast guy, straight, like the
Yeah, okay. Mayor of Lockport, thank you. And with that, I would like to invite Hillary Denk, District Director for Congressman Bill Foster.
Good morning. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this milestone for Prologis and for AGZA. I just want to thank Jamie Banks, who reached out to our office to invite us as well. We're really honored to be here. The Change Through Innovation Council, what a great title for your group work. Thank you for leading the way, in particular, Catherine Eischen and Claudia Deirdre. We're really pleased, and thank you again for your great work. We congratulate you for receiving the American Green Zone Alliance Level 1 certification at all 400 Chicago area Prologis buildings. Cleaner, quieter, healthier. Isn't that what we all want? And we're really pleased that you guys have been making this effort, working together. And, you know, you're still making beautiful landscapes. So that's really important for everybody. As we face a reduction in commitment on the federal level to a healthier, cleaner, and quieter environment, we really appreciate the work of this incredible organization, Prologis, to meet these goals and still have that commitment to those goals. And we appreciate the leadership of all the corporations and companies that are in partnership with you. We represent Emma Arneson, and I represent two members of Congress that are scientists, and Bill Foster is the only physicist in Congress. He worked here in the in Fermilab for over 20 years, and we do have two national labs right here in our district, the Illinois 11th, Fermilab and Argonne, who are also working hard for innovation and ways to make our climate healthier. And frankly, it's all good business as well. So I just want to congratulate you again for reaching these goals, and continue to reach out to us if you need any assistance with the work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hillary. Thank you so much, Hillary. I would like to know if Patrick Whalen was able to make it in. Patrick, can you please come up?
I'll do the tongue twister. Patrick Whalen from State Senator Laura Fine's office. We are in the 9th District, which is actually north of Chicago. Apologies for my lateness. I misjudged the traffic, as you might imagine, as a first-timer. But I have a statement here from State Senator Laura Fine. She thought it important for me to be here for this milestone. I thought the same, so I'd like to read that for you now. According to a recent analysis of data from the Environmental Protection Agency's National Pollution Inventory, lawn and garden equipment powered by gasoline and other fossil fuels released more than 30 million tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere in 2020. They also emitted more than 21,800 tons of fine particulates, as well as substantial amounts of methane, volatile organic compounds, and nitrogen oxide. As chair of the Senate Green Caucus, I commend Prologis for taking bold and thoughtful steps toward lowering their carbon emissions and creating a more sustainable future. Your dedication to implementing cleaner technologies and greener practices in landscaping shows true leadership in environmental responsibility. And by actively working to reduce your carbon footprint, you're not only helping combat climate change, but also setting a high standard for others in the industry to follow. These effects make a real difference for your community, for your customers, and for our planet. I'm inspired by your progress and look forward to seeing the continued impact of your sustainability journey. Congratulations on this important milestone. And I spoke to her on the way down here, and while yes, this is not technically our district, it is on our planet. So thank you for the progress that you are making on behalf of everyone in the Illinois State Legislature and on the Senate Green Caucus. Sincerely, State Senator Laura Fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, just to follow up on that a little bit, it's really satisfying to know that we're not having to compromise on aesthetic standards. When you drive up here today, you can see the grounds maintained by Four Seasons, and then all of the Prologis vendors the properties that we've been very lucky to navigate and visit. The standard is still intact, so thank you for that. So I want to introduce somebody again who I think I've had the longest relationship in the state of Illinois. It's Scott Grams, the Executive Director for now Landscape Illinois. Scott, it's amazing how time flies since we first met and attended your expo 8 or 9 years ago. Your guidance and support for the industry are invaluable. You help our industry keep up with the trends, the technologies, and the regulations. And on that note, I really want to stress that this was done regulation-free. Thank you, Prologis, for that. We are honored to have you speak today. If you can, Scott.
Gonna make me blush, Dan. Thank you. My goodness. Seems like only yesterday. I'm Scott Grams. I'm the Executive Director of Landscape Illinois. As Dan mentioned, we were previously known as the Illinois Landscape Contractors Association up until a few months ago. It is wonderful to see so many landscape professionals here. I hope Prologis and also the elected officials know this is pretty rare in April that you're going to get this many landscape professionals together. And credit to you all, you guys, for keeping your phones on silent. Because I know the second this is over, they're going to walk out and be like, oh my gosh, I got to call so-and-so. So thank you all for being here and for making that sacrifice as you head into your busy season. We are the State Trade Association for Landscape Professionals. We have over 1,000 landscape professionals across the state of Illinois, and also other green industry businesses, including irrigation, lighting, growers, retail garden centers, et cetera. I'm pleased to represent the wider landscape industry today. We're an industry that obviously deeply values the environment. It's how we make our living. We work to bring the environment to the front door and the backyards of homes and businesses across Illinois. And I'm honored to share the podium today with our industry partner and dear friends, the American Green Zone Alliance. They work hard to create these partnerships, but they also work hard to celebrate these victories, which I think is very, very important. I'm also pleased to honor 4 of our member companies who are here today. 4 Seasons, Allen Horticulture, Ground Pros, and Yellowstone. Prologis and these 4 companies demonstrate the professional partnerships needed for lasting change. Trust me, a transition from gas to zero engine emission equipment is not easy. Partners need to discuss cost, time requirements, noise, and different aesthetic expectations as the seasons change. Finally, Prologis deserves maximum credit for pushing their partners to have these conversations. It's only through communication that service providers learn to embrace new practices. This is a model relationship that customers, contractors, and other stakeholders can learn from. What makes it even more is that Prologis did this on their own. The voluntary pursuit shows the business culture of Prologis. Their passion for environmental change allowed them to find like-minded service providers up for this challenge. Together, they intend to do what we all set out to do, which is leave this world a better place than how we found it. Thank you to Prologis and the professional landscape companies who stepped up today to meet these new sustainable standards. Thank you.
Well said, Scott. At this time, I would like to introduce Ave Berkshire, 4 Seasons. Ave, AGZA, Prologis, and those who are lucky enough to work with you and your company appreciate the team approach you bring to the table for accomplishing big things. It is amazing to work with that team environment where egos are left at the door and people's individual talents thrive together. How befitting we are holding this ceremony and at the Prologis International Center in Woodridge, where it all started. Everybody, if we can have Ave come up.
Thank you, Dan. And thank you for everybody for being here. Spring of 2021, excuse me, Vince Zupa with Prologis, an international leader, excuse me, in logistics real estate, approached us about piloting an innovation program for landscape maintenance electrification. We immediately saw the potential. Their expertise, scale, and agility make them a powerful partner in driving real change. This wasn't a simple yes. Gasoline has been at the core of our industry for generations. Switching to electric isn't just about plugging in new tools. It's about rethinking how we operate, and we knew if we were going to do this and be successful, we needed to do it right. So we took our time. We approached this carefully, strategically, and with purpose. Recognizing the significance of this change, our research was of the utmost importance. We tested a wide variety of equipment, different brands, different weather, different terrains. We evaluated performance, durability, and ease of use. But testing was just the start. After a thorough market scan and product analysis, we narrowed our focus to 4 leading electric equipment manufacturers. These selections were based on product performance, durability, customer support, industry experience, and alignment with our operational needs. Mean Green and Pete Sol was our selection. Little did we know this decision would become the catalyst that brings us here today. To truly legitimize and log the program, we needed to go deeper. We needed to build the right team, and boy, what a team we have. Pete Sol introduced us to Dan Mabe with AGZA, American Green Zone Alliance. Dan is our biggest resource and support system, and he and his team are the electric engine that drives this entire program. We began tracking detailed metrics, runtime, output, downtime, and maintenance. AGZA also provides historic data and information on the longevity of electric tools and batteries to help us make informed decisions on electric equipment. We evaluated our ROI, not just in dollars, but efficiency, impact, and employee experience. We didn't stop there. 4 Seasons worked to certify both our company and the program itself through AGZA, making sure we met the highest industry standards. Certification was the key and the goal. AGZA is the keeper of every single piece of data. AGZA tests and AFTC certifies a wide range of equipment and then shares all of this with their partners and clients. Accomplishing this was a monumental feat, and Dan and his AGZA team were and continue to be an integral and vital piece of achieving this goal. Our team building continued. We selected the right people to make that happen. The best manufacturers, Mean Green and Steel. They have been outstanding. Trusted distributors, Russo Power Equipment and Oscar Wilson, because without parts availability, downtime is very costly. AOS, Automated Outdoor Solutions, Joe Langton, one of the smartest people I know in the robotic world. Scott Grams, Executive Director with Landscape Illinois, and other landscape organizations we belong to, are a great source of information and our greatest force for lobbying. To all of these professionals and organizations, I'm proud to call you all my partners who have brought knowledge, experience, and credibility to the table. We knew the heart of this program had to be our employees. We included them from day one. We made sure they understand this wasn't just a new tool. Training, educating, and listening was the key. It was a new mindset for everyone. And once they experienced the benefits, quieter operations, lower emissions, less fatigue, they jumped on board and did a fabulous job. I am proud of each and every one of you. This, of course, also came with roadblocks, disappointment, mistakes, resistance, and frustrations. We had to rethink our operations. We had to plan routes with charging in mind and infrastructure within our company. Retrain staff and rethink RO timelines. Cost difference was also another big challenge. But every challenge faced taught us something, and we become smarter. We have become stronger and smarter because of it. We see this as just the beginning. To build a resilient, responsible landscaping industry begins with the choices that we make today. The technology is only getting better. This pilot program is a real step forward, and we're proud of how far we've come. It's about relationship, responsibility, and shaping a smarter, cleaner, more sustainable industry. I also want to recognize and acknowledge the other landscaping companies that are here today that service the remainder of the portfolio, Prologis portfolio. As I know, this was also a learning curve and a major commitment on your company's behalf, and I am proud to call you all my colleagues. Now, 4 years later, we're proud to say we presented Prologis with positive, measurable, and certifiable results. Those results help pave the way to expand this program, integrating electric landscape maintenance practices, AGZA Certified Level 1, for 2 other major Prologis markets, which are in Indianapolis and Nashville. Congratulations to Prologis, Vince, Catherine, and Claudia, and thank you for trusting in Four Seasons to partner and captain this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ave. Okay, now AGZA would also like to acknowledge the Prologis Landscape Company vendors, Four Seasons, Lawn Service, and Landscaping, Inc. Familiar faces. Been a pleasure to go through this process with you and arrive at this juncture. Ground Pros, Inc., Philip Pezza and your team, Allen Horticulture, David Maude, and your team, Yellowstone Landscape, Riley Skaggs, and your team. AGZA really appreciates everything that you've done to make this accomplishment a reality. We also want to acknowledge the equipment manufacturers, distributors, and the local dealers. Mean Green Mowers, you have been AGZA AFT certified for over 10 years. We did some of the original testing on your first designs, and we are really proud to say that you have been designed and are made in America. 80% of your product is manufactured here on U.S. soil. Pete Saul, I also want to echo Ave. Thank you for that introduction and your trust in AGZA to be introduced to this team. Steel USA, you've also been AFTC certified for over a decade. You've supported this project by stepping up to the plate and giving AGZA Green Zone certification credits, over $25,000 to the vendors to lower the cost of electric equipment. And you are also 80% manufactured in the United States. This is a very, very big deal because a lot of people thought battery electric equipment just could not be manufactured domestically. You are obviously breaking that barrier. Joe Langton, AOS, we go back a very long time. Thank you for being here today. I just want to let everybody know we have a nice little demo that's going to be going on out here. Then we're going to go to the back. We have robotics. We have all kinds of things for you to see after this. And Joe, thank you for your expertise in the robotic world, helping AGZA navigate that, and then actually helping us establish other green zones exclusively using robotics through AOS. Russo's and Oscar Wilson, distributors and dealers are an essential link in the Green Zone certification chain. We count on you to conduct the sales and, most importantly, support the equipment that is tasked to uphold the certification standard. Just to mention a few of these benefits to reiterate, less noise, okay? Right out of the gate, less noise. Less air pollution and improved working conditions. One of the most important things, improved working conditions for the tool users of this industry. And yes, profitability and lower operating costs. We get to have our cake and eat it too. 100%, it's verified. So with that, mentioning those benefits of the impacts, we are going to have some gas equipment operate right outside here, and then we're going to have some electric equipment operate right outside the window here and experience it firsthand. Okay, drum roll please. Okay. So I don't know if you can feel the vibration, but I can feel it. Okay, so we're going to have a Mean Green stand-on come in next, electric. Now, one thing people really need to understand is gas equipment operates at low frequencies. Low frequencies travel long distances and penetrate barriers. Electric equipment, higher frequency. Here's our gas blower. Oh, here he comes. All right. Okay, we have the Magnum. I thought that was an 800 or a 600, but oh, it was an 800. Okay. So again, just 10, 15, 20 feet away, again, that noise profile drops off significantly. All right, let's clap it out for the Four Seasons team there. Lastly, Prologis has set a new bar. Your gravitational influence has a profound effect on several different industries on a global scale. Through this project, Prologis has achieved the pinnacle of corporate responsibility. Let us all recognize the Prologis Chicago market team as the first in the nation logistics and real estate company to become AGZA Level 1 Green Zone certified. Congratulations. So please. Okay, well, we're gonna be, where are we going first? Are we going to the back now? Yeah. Okay, we're going on a little field trip. Again, we have all kinds of equipment. There's robotics out there. We look forward to seeing everybody in the back. Thank you.
AGZA Capture.